So I've kind of reflected on like how I chose to go to Argentina because I don't have any like natural connection to Argentina. And I've kind of thought about like what colonialist beliefs I had that led me to like want to go on exchange in the first place. Like it was actually watching a TV commercial for the Army that was like, hey, have you ever done anything noteworthy in your life? If anyone wrote a book about your life, would anyone want to read it? Join the Army. And I like watched that and was like, hey, I want to do something like interesting, you know, I want to like go somewhere, which is like, I mean, I think the student exchange industry is like very colonialistic. Like go discover the world, make it yours, you know? And so I kind of like inadvertently like made this like super revealing connection that it was like a fucking like US Army commercial. And then I'll think about like, well, why didn't I go to Japan? Like now it's like absolutely like the item on my bucket list is to learn Japanese and or go to Japan. And I had that option. And I think that part of the reason why I chose not to go to Japan was like internalized racism. Like, oh, well, no one's gonna think that's interesting and exciting. It's just Japan. Like, oh, no one cares about like, you know, East Asians. Why don't I go somewhere that people are gonna think is like really brave and exotic, like Latin America? You know, like there's just like so much racism in there. But then on the other hand, I'm so grateful that I went. I'm so grateful that I have Spanish now. And I also learned a lot about like who I am as an American. I like kind of realized when I went to Argentina that I am an American. Whereas before I left, I was like, oh no, that's not me. Being American is all about like flag waving. But I realized that like, you know, I'm just like so much from this place that I like don't even make sense if I go anywhere else in the world.
Like how so? Like what little things maybe?
I just like my relationship to my manner of being friendly, or my relationship to money, or I don't know, it's hard to explain, but and the other thing that I started to realize when I was in Argentina is that that I do actually have natural ties to Argentina, because the US has like inserted itself in Argentine history forever, and that like the US is like so inextricably related to Latin America. It's a part of Latin America. It's a Latin American country. So it at first it was kind of a weird decision, I think, to go live there, but it has ended up being a very large part of like who I think I am as an American.